friends, welcome back to Counseling Minus the Bull with Candace. Today we're going to do another video. Excuse my appearance, I do have on my hair bonnet and this is basically because it's nighttime. However, I just watched the show, so I'm going to do like a review. I do not want to name the show, I'll give you the cues. So it's a reality show. It's about a celebrity, and it's just a show that's supposed to, show the celebrity in a different light, despite what's been in the blogs, right? And it comes on today, which is Thursday. Yeah, I give you that. And then in this show, it showed a counseling session, right? So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what was seen in this counseling session, right? So if you're new, welcome. We usually start with our check-in, so it's basically what is your mood. As long as it's positive and as long as it's appropriate, you can comment and put it below. You can do emojis, you can do type in how you feel, you can do lyrics, or you can do dance moves. I usually do dance moves. Today I'm just going to do hand expressions. So it can be anything as long as it's a form of expression. So my first one is going to be, and then I'm going to finish with this. And it's all regard to this show, right? So in the show, it is a counseling session. And like I said, it's a celebrity, and it was supposed to be a family experience. However, the first session, I did like how it was split up. So the doctor actually had each individual come in at a different time and just had that individual's time to kind of, get the rapport and get the story, get them to tell their story. So starting off with the young lady who the show is actually about, she had a session, right? And for me, this is where the comes in at, because I was kind of disappointed how the session started, right? Because it's the first session. So the first thing you want to do is visual rapport. So you want to make that client feel comfortable, make that client feel that they can trust you so they can share their story. And then that's where I kind of felt like it was a little battle, which is expected, right? Because no one's going to walk into anyone's office, anyone's home, period. No one's going to come out and just open up unless, you're like an open person or you're kind of healed. But while you're still processing, it takes a little bit with gathering information, right? So yeah, and then it just seemed as though the doctor came in with prejudgment. So like I said, it's a celebrity, and we kind of seen a lot of things throughout the blogs about this young lady, right? And yeah, so that's kind of like a public knowledge of what has been seen in the media. However, for me, I would have done a little differently by trying to continue to get to know this young lady a little bit more without throwing these hints, right, of what may be the suggested outlook. And like I said, it just felt prejudged based on prior knowledge that was in the media. It had got to the point where the young lady had stated that she didn't feel comfortable when she asked to take a break. She actually talked to the show producers, and then they kind of, they were able to continue the session. So yeah, that was good. That was awesome. But some of the things the young lady said was that, the doctor kept bringing up the shame thing, and she didn't identify it to the point she looked up the definition of shame and said, I don't identify with any of these adjectives. And then also she felt as if the doctor were referring everything back to men, and that is not what she came here to talk about. So that's another thing. So when you're going to therapy, as a therapist, we can suggest maybe some things that we hear, or maybe some unconscious things that we observe, but we need your approval to work on these as a goal. So we need you to say, okay, I want to work on this in counseling. We can say our observations, or we can clarify what we believe the problem is by asking. However, we can't have the lead in the conversation. So the client is leading the conversation, talking about what they want to talk about and making up goals they want to make up. So for me, that was a bit much too. So I can understand everything the young lady was saying. And like I said, it was just part of building this rapport. So I guess it maybe had to come this way initially, because you have to get used to the therapist and you have to get used to the client. So maybe it had to go this way in the beginning. However, I would just did a little bit more of gathering information and leaving the prejudgment possibly out, and just letting the young lady talk. So actually, when she came back, she was able to talk and express how she felt, and it wasn't so much the doctor leading the conversation. And he actually stated that the doctor stated that he felt like she felt safe now because she was talking without being asked the question, and that is the premise. That's the goal, right? And that should have been the initial. That's how it should have went initially, right? So it was corrected. It was called corrected, and everything moved forward very well throughout the session. So this was like the end of the young lady. Throughout the session, it turned out to be really powerful. They were able to identify some things. Another thing, the doctor used certain analogies that was kind of hard to resonate with. So another thing you want to do is kind of make it relatable. So you have to meet the client where they are. So you have to speak in vocabulary that they're using. You have to kind of join with the client. And so when he used his own analogy that she couldn't really resonate with, that's something that could have been done differently as well. But like I said, all in all, it ended up well. The young lady came back. She was able to say her piece and actually have an experience and build that trust and relationship in the end. And then it also showed the session with the mom, which is the point of the session, to do family therapy with the mom and daughter. And I felt as though he did a really good job with the mom. Basically telling mom, yeah, you had your experience, but your daughter had your experience as well. And what you can do as the mom is to join with your daughter. So it doesn't take away from your experience, but you also have to be able to listen to your daughter's experience and to let her know that she's been heard, her feelings are valid, and sacrificing, being loving and nurturing, even in tough times, in conflict with your daughter, right? So yeah, inevitably it was a great session. He gave them little nuggets to think about for the next thing, little tips. He did role playing, so we seen role playing in that scene. We seen a lot of terminologies like defense mechanisms. So we seen, and we talked about that different defenses that you use to protect yourself. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because it's used to protect yourself. However, It can be like a wall that you created, right? It can be a guard you created, and that can be the difficulty. He also mentioned something called reaction formation, which is one of the defense mechanisms. Yeah, and he actually broke that down, understandable. Um, it was good as to see the different techniques being used. So yes, he in the end he did some a great job, a great job. Made it very explainable. He even shared a little bit about his experience as far as losing his mom. So ultimately, he did a great job, guys. But I did want to come in here and I want to talk about how the media portrays counseling sessions. So when I did see it in the beginning and it was going kind of rough, I was like, oh my gosh, it's on TV. And this is how people is going to see counseling, right? But as it played out, like I said, it was a powerful session as it played out. So I hope that with watching, everyone take away the full picture of it being a powerful experience rather than just seeing a little turmoil in the beginning, right? So guys, I'm gonna end it here. This is my review. We haven't did a review in a while. I don't want to mention the show because it's a celebrity. However, I've given you quite a few hints. So if you watch the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right. Yeah, so thanks for watching. See you next time. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Put it below in the comments. Make sure it's respectful and appropriate. Let's not put too much of names. We can do mom, daughter in the comments. That will work. And then just let me know what's your mood and your requests for the next videos. See you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.